Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Isra Baharudin. I'm a student from PGRI Kanjuruhan University. Today I would like to present a material of error analysis that was the task of midterm test of second and foreign language acquisition course. So let's start. The first is, what is error analysis? Error analysis is a method used to document the errors that appear in learner language, determine whether those errors are systematic, and if possible, explain what caused them. So, error analysis provides a systematic way for identifying, describing, and explaining students' error. Error analysis also help to better understand the process of second and foreign language acquisition. The next is differences of error and mistake. According to James, mistake can only be corrected by their author or the learner if their defense is pointed out to him or her. And errors cannot be self-corrected until further relevant to that error, input implicit or explicit, has been provided and converted into intake by the learner. So, in my opinion, errors are the result of incomplete learning and linguistic incompetency of the learners, and errors cannot be self-corrected. And mistake, if the learner have the knowledge of the correct linguistic form and they can self-correct themselves on the basis of their linguistic knowledge. So this is the basic differences between errors and mistake. The next is the essential for teacher to understand about error analysis. It helps teacher in understanding the new way of teaching by giving the feedback on the errors made by the learners. It is certain and understood the learners make mistakes in the process of learning. This mistake provide new insight and technique to the language teachers and linguists in sorting out problems related to language learning. I think, of course, it's very important for the teacher because the error analysis can identify the error of the learners and then make an evaluation to improve the learners' errors. The next is the categories of error analysis. There are two categories: interlingual and intralingual errors. Interlingual errors refer to causas. Interlingual errors may occur at different such as transfer of phonological, morphological, grammatical, and lexical semantic element of the native language, the first language or mother tongue, into the target language. Example, in bahasa, saya membaca buku milik ibu saya. Then the translation will be, I read the book of my mother. But this is the wrong or the error sentence. The right one is, I read my mother's book. This is because of the learner use their mother tongue or their first language grammatical into the target language. The next is intralingual. According to Richard, states intralingual interference refer to items produced by learner which reflect not the structure of mother tongue but generalization based on partial exposure of the target language. According to Brown, said that it has been found that the early stage of language learning are characterized by a predominance of interlingual transfer, but once the learner has begun to acquire part of the new system, more and more transfer generalization within the target language is manifested. It means that the student may make mistakes in the target language since they don't know the target language very well. They have difficulties in using it, so that was an error. The next is four categories of intralingual referring to Richard. The first is overgeneralization. It happens when a learner creates a defiant structure on the basis of his experience of other structure in target language. Example of forming plural by adding s to even irregular plurals, also generalizing the ed past form. Number two is ignorance of rule restriction. According to James, that ignorance is specific in the sense that one is normally said to be ignorant of structure. The learner of the second language does not obey the structure of the target language. So the error will be happen if the student don't know about the structure of their target language. And number three, incomplete application of the rules. This error may occur when learner fails to apply the rules completely due to the stimulus sentence. Number four, false concept hypothesis. Learner faulty understanding of distinction of target language item lead to false conceptualization. Learner faulty understanding of distinction of target language item lead to false concept hypothesis. Example, the learner already know that dogs is plural from dog, so he or she thinks that sheep is plural from sheep. Okay guys, just all from my presentation. And if you have a question or suggestion, or maybe I have a mistake or an error in my presentation, please comment below. Thank you very much, and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.